Gnome, 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 gnome. Today's video, I'm painting a miniature gnome. This guy. And it's perfect for a miniature fairy garden. Well, not fairy gardens are always miniature. I don't know why I said that. These are miniature gnomes, and I'm painting one today. Join me. Okay, so I have this Gnome and Garden Paint a Gnome kit. They're handmade cement gnomes, and I'm going to show you them here. This little kit comes with 6 paint colors, 1 brush, and gnomes. There are 4 gnomes, everything you need to have a little bit of fun, and we're going to have some fun with this kit right now. There are a few things the kit does not come with, but you probably have around your house, and that'd be some kind of container for your water to wash colors in between. So I've got this little handy thing here. It's good for portable painting moments. A little cloth to wipe off your brush, and you want to protect your surface. So I'm gonna take a piece of cardboard from some good old snacks that I finished, and we're gonna just open it up, and I'm gonna open it so you don't see all the stuff. We'll go to the inside. Yeah, I mean, although this side does have the nice gloss kind of protector, but I don't want gloss in my picture, so this will work well for me, and I think that's all we're gonna need. We'll see as we go if we need anything more. I didn't realize there was already a tear in this, so sorry it's not the prettiest backdrop. Little tip for water is look at the size of your brush and don't fill it up too much, because you don't want your water, when you're cleaning your brush, you don't want it to go past the metal. So I'm actually going to open this up now. Oh, it's loud. It's loud and crinkly. Let's open this up. Come on. Come on. They packaged it well. It's actually just a little twist thing. It's not hard to untwist. Just... Okay, let's see. We got... Okay, so we got the brush and paint here. Let's open this up. Stuff out. This has been sitting in my closet for quite a long time. My storage area for my art studio. A long time. I got this quite a while ago, and it's just been sitting there. I'm like, I want to do this. This will be fun. It's a fun little travel kit. Get rid of the crinkly stuff. I do like that these are wrapped within the packaging, just so that you don't accidentally make a boom and make a mistake and drop stuff and break stuff. And so I love that these are handmade. They're my friend's sister's business, and I believe you can do little, like, you can actually go to an event and paint larger of these, and kind of like a paint party thing. And you can paint these with friends. So I'll make sure to put the website just in the comments. It's my friend's sister. And yeah, I think we'll just paint one and then see how that goes. I might just we'll see. Maybe I'll paint all of them. I don't know if I want to do crazy designs or just keep it simple. Embellish it later. Maybe you could like add glue on like a little flower or something. But if you look at the site, there's some really cute and funny things for gnomes, and that you can use for your garden, because these are cement, but they're not sealed yet, so you'd want to put some kind of gloss protection after. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking of getting something like this or getting this little kit. It'd be fun just for one person, or maybe you want to involve a little group of 4 people, of a little friend group, and paint some gnomes together. Maybe have like some friendship gnomes. How cute would that be? All right, let's get painting. Let's open these paints. Hopefully they're still good after being in my That's my concern. I've kept this kind of just in my studio closet for a long time, so hopefully they're still good. We'll try it out. The other thing I realized I might want to have is something to mix, like a mixing palette. So you could just use a plastic plate, something like that. I might be able to mix it on top of this, actually. If you're just wanting to use your kit, this is glossy on this side, so I'm curious to see if that works. Like, and then you don't have to bring extra stuff if you're traveling. This kit is for something that you want to use on the go. Because all of my palettes that I brought are just within themselves, self-containing palettes. So I'm going to either have to get a plastic plate, but I'm going to try this first, or find an alternative thing. I mean, could use the plastic of this, but it's all crinkly, and I don't want to be crinkly this whole time. Okay, so I'm going to use this instead, plastic lid, because it's going to try focusing just for video sake. Like, I think this would work for you, but just for video sake, this is going to keep wanting to focus on the letters. So I'm just going to go like this, and we're just going to do this one. I think a good starting place to start is to create kind of a solid layer. I kind of feel like starting with like the nose and toes, and mine's going to have bare feet. So I'm going to use this tan color. Hey, wet my brush. Oh, you can't see what's going on over here. Yeah, so hold up. On this brush, see how the metal, it's a short brush, and there's the metal here. You don't want your water to be deeper than that. Okay, so just a small amount of water in your cup. Okay. Oop. Especially if you need to rest your brush in there, which I don't like drowning my friends, but if you if you need to leave it there for a moment, usually this is why it has ridges, so you don't have to drown your friends. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. And I don't think I want too wet of a brush. I don't know what this paint is like yet, so I'm just gonna figure out what it's like and go with it. I'm glad it hasn't dried. Oh, there goes Charlie. Charlie. There's probably people walking by, and he needs to let me know. Charlie, what you doing? Shelly pup. I'm just gonna fill that right in. If I get a little bit on the other part, that's okay. I can always fix it. And they're so cute. These gnomes. Are you the kind of person that likes to put like statues and things like that in your garden? Or are you kind of more like plants only? Or are you like, yeah, grass if I'm lucky? Or just what kind of garden do you like to have? I like to have lots of flowers. I would like to have a garden with some vegetables, something not too crazy. So I might still be able to, travel. So I guess having a garden that has some kind of irrigation system would be ideal. Okay, I think I got the nose pretty well. This covers quite well. Just making sure all the bubbles and things are filled in. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Now, if you wanted to just paint them all the same, what I would do is just paint them all the color that you want. Use that one color everywhere you want to use it. And then that's how I would do it. Or you could just paint one at a time, see how it goes, switch it up. Like this, maybe it's wearing shoes. Maybe you want to have it a color instead of a skin tone. And maybe you want to make them all have different skin tones. maybe you want to make them more like Smurfs. Go blue. The fun thing is you get to decide. Because we're not putting it in any kind of kiln, you can paint the bottom. Just be mindful if you're going to be resting it down on the bottom. But if you're just painting like this, you could just leave it like that. But I'm not too worried about the bottom. I'm not really going to worry about painting the bottom. So I believe this said it was acrylic paint. It must be. That was just my assumption. I'm pretty sure it says on there. It just says paint colors. So, but I would definitely use acrylic paint on this. And yeah, you can get larger ones as well to paint or do a party. A party would be fun. Or if you want to do this kind of on your own, that's cool too. I guess it depends where you're located. Get right into there because I can have a different color right there, but not right there. So I can paint it right. I can always overlap with another color. Seems like these are pretty opaque, which is great. That means that they're not showing the other color underneath, but I guess we'll see if we have other colors kind of overlapping. I haven't really played with it to see. And you can see how it's drying. So I think it's good to start with a base color, and then if you want to do like highlights and stuff, do that afterwards. So start with your base color, just cover it. If you start getting too fancy while you're in the middle of it, it's just going to take longer. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. I show it in the camera. That's always helpful. Yeah, let's do all our base colors. Okay, let's speed this up because you really don't need to watch me paint these in real time. So I'm just going to do some voiceover action. Yay! And it can be distracting sometimes when I'm painting and talking. I'm way too slow. So let's speed it up and have some fun. And I do like to listen to music or podcasts or audiobooks, that kind of thing while I paint. And also you don't need to hear that. Because there's copyright there anyway. So I'm painting the hat red. I thought that would be a fun, bold choice. And I decided not to paint the lip. I left a little bit of a line across the base, and that was a bit easier for one. And then it also kind of works with the aesthetic I'm going for as I add some embellishments to this hat later on. So you'll see how it kind of functions, but you could paint all the way down the rim or not. Now, because I did leave this kit, I've mentioned it a couple times now, but I left this kit for too long, and the paints weren't all perfect, so some of them were kind of dried up. So I had to bring out my gouaches and my gouache paints, and that was okay. So it's not a bad idea to have some backup if need be. But if you buy this and use it within a reasonable time frame, I'm sure the paints will be good. So I decided to go with green. Now, I wasn't going for a Christmas theme or holiday theme, but red and green do kind of go well together in certain circumstances. And remember, this is just my base layer. It's interesting that the red has just taking an interesting look for a moment at the consistency, like the finish, not quite the consistency. The red is actually kind of shiny, which is interesting. So the red paint's a little bit shiny. Now I was using my gouache paints for the green, so that doesn't really tell you a good comparison, but I just thought that was an interesting thing to take a look at. And you can find that sometimes when you're painting, you have different finishes with that paint. So something to keep in mind if you want it to stay consistent, or if you want to add a little shine here or there. So you can see my little embellishments that I've added to the hat, and you can create your own. You could do different shapes. You could make it look like something in particular, create texture. And let's switch up the angle here so you have a better view, possibly, of this little guy. And if you have a name idea for this one, post it in the comments, because I love fun names for creating things that I've created. So I don't know if you do that too, but I enjoy the idea of, creating a name. It gives it a persona. So now I've decided to add some embellishments to the pantaloons, and I've gone with purple. So green and purple, they work. And it kind of works with the red too, I thought. I was initially going to do a very thin stripe of purple and then leave the green kind of a thicker stripe, but then I don't know what happened. I think it was either the brush or it was just a moment of not being very careful, and that's what happens. You can see a little bit of action going on in the background if you look carefully. Yeah, so I'm cleaning my brush in between colors. That's important to do. And when you're using your mixing palette, mix colors in a sensible way. So if you're new to paint, just keep your warm colors in a separate area, or how I like to do is just mix enough for what I need, or just pull from one color. If I'm going to mix like a blue and a yellow together, I'm not going to mix the whole section of blue, the whole section of yellow, in case I want to use some blue later, in case I want to use some clean yellow, keep some of it clean. Just pull in some of it to mix. So you can see with the textured area, like the beard, that it's fun to add, use the texture to your advantage and create highlights. And I'm going to sign the bottom so I know what year it was and that I did it. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to it. You can have so much fun with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.